A small town in South Dakota comes together in the aftermath of tragedy. How people in Hartford are helping a family heal physically, emotionally, and financially following a deadly crash. And we'll take you to a Sioux Falls drive-through clinic that offered a financial incentive to get more people to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your boredom busters coming up. At first, our top story. Authorities deployed a robot to help flush out a gunman holed up inside an apartment in Rapid City overnight. The special response team was called to the area of North Maple Avenue and Surfwood Drive last night after a man entered the apartment and, according to police, threatened a woman and her baby with a gun. People in the apartment were able to get out safely. Officers, with the help of a canine, later found the man hiding in a bedroom and arrested him early this morning. He's charged with aggravated assault and resisting arrest. The community of Hartford came together Saturday to help a local family involved in a deadly crash. The crash happened last month in Montana and killed Andrew and Jennifer Hofert, along with their 14-year-old daughter, Abby Vitek. The two youngest children were hospitalized. People in the community hosted a fundraiser for the family on Saturday, which included a free will donation meal, a bake sale, raffle, and a silent auction.
Because that's what we do. And we grew up with the family, and you know, Hartford's close-knit. We just thought, my brother came to me and said, we need to help these people, this family, and I said, yes, we do. So and it just snowballed after that.
8-year-old Blair, one of the children left hospitalized from the crash, was even able to attend the fundraiser. Two Sioux Falls organizations teamed up to host a drive-through COVID-19 vaccine clinic Saturday. South Dakota Urban Indian Health and South Dakota Voices for Peace have been offering the Moderna vaccine at the Empire Mall parking lot. They also provided a booster shot for people who have weakened immune systems.
South Dakota Voices and Peace and our organization have just been talking about some of our communities that we serve just not having the access to getting vaccinated due to various things, work hours, not having paid time off to come and get their vaccine, not having child care, just a whole host of barriers that prevent them from going to an actual clinic. So we kind of chose a centralized location, and it just kind of sprouted from there.
The clinic offered $15 to each person after receiving their shot. More vaccine clinics are planned for September and October. You can find those dates by following the link under this story here on KELOLAND.com. People in Sioux Falls stretched their legs Saturday morning to promote heart health. They took part in this walk hosted by the American Heart Association. This year's Heart Walk was back in person after going virtual during the pandemic last year. The mile-long walk included a pep talk from a local heart attack survivor.
I know many of you are here to represent fathers, mothers, brothers, wives, husbands that didn't have the results that I have, and that's why the American Heart Association is so important. That's why this walk is important. It's more education, it's more training, it's more awareness of what's going on. And I can only tell you from my perspective that if you ever have any issue with your heart, that you think something's different, please go in.
The goal of this year's walk was to raise $53,000. Well, let's get a first look at the forecast now. The meteorologist Adam Root in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It's a mainly quiet start to the day across a majority of KELOLAND, but not for everybody, though. Let's take a look outside at Falls Park. A beautiful start to this Sunday morning. 61 at the airport with a breezy southeasterly wind at 14 miles per hour. Around the area, 50s and low 60s East River, mid to upper 60s to the west, with not much in the way of a breeze East River. It's starting to pick up a little bit, but it's been windier to the west and by a pretty decent margin at that. Now we are going to watch as showers and a couple of thunderstorms move through the area as we head into the morning and early afternoon. You can see that over Pierre and northwest of Winter. That's going to head northeastward into portions of South Dakota toward Redfield, Huron, Watertown, and even Aberdeen for that matter. That being said, the main threat for severe weather doesn't come around until later this evening. Details on that and more coming up in your full extended forecast.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, let's it's another big day for the Sioux Falls team competing in the Little League World Series. Sioux Falls takes on Oregon this afternoon in a winner's bracket game at Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Sioux Falls defeated Louisiana 2-0 on Friday to advance in the tournament. Today's game starts at 1 o'clock Central Time. Be sure to stay with KELOLAND News and KELOLAND.com for updates and game highlights. First Lutheran Church in Sioux Falls is hosting a worship in the park. Everyone is invited to bring a lawn chair or blanket to the McKinnon Park Bandshell for music and worship starting at 11 a.m. Ride for Hope is a 5-mile bicycle ride highlighting the Center of Hope ministry. The ride takes place at 2 o'clock at New Life Church in Sioux Falls. A 45-minute session of Zumba will benefit NAMI, South Dakota. The event gets underway at 11 a.m. in the front deck at the Great Bear Recreation Park. The suggested donation of $15 will go to NAMI, South Dakota. There will also be raffles and prizes. The Jagged Annies are the featured performers at Sangria Sunday at Strawbale Winery near Renner. Gates open at noon. The music starts at 1. Admission is $5 a person or $10 a carload. Wild Prairie Winery in Brandon is hosting Sunday in the Vineyard. Enjoy an afternoon of wine, beer, and music with Elizabeth Hunstad from 2 to 5. It's the World of Outlaws Bin Buster Bash at Huset Speedway in Brandon. The gates open at 4, hot laps are at 7, the races start at 8. Tickets are $40 for adults, $20 for children, and free for ages 5 and under. Adam?
Showers and thunderstorms will continue to fire up as we head through the morning with a cluster that's in central portions of South Dakota moving northeastward as we head through the afternoon and evening. And we can see that on satellite and radar in association with a warm front that's also going to continue to sweep on northeastward. So if you're out toward Redfield, Huron, even Mitchell, Aberdeen, Watertown, and Brookings, keep an eye out for some rain in the next couple of hours, even a couple of thunderstorms to go right along with it. But the bigger threat for severe weather is actually later this evening with a slight risk for severe weather, level 2 out of 5 for basically everybody East River in yellow. It's a marginal risk toward Mulbridge and Pierre and over toward Marshall as well. All forms of severe weather will be on the table with any storm that does get its act together and fire up. So you will want to keep an eye on things, especially beyond about 2 to 3 p.m. going into the first part of your night. The further south and east you go especially. Once we hit Monday, we get a decent start to the work week, but then we have a few more showers and thunderstorms to watch late Monday into early Tuesday before we get another break Tuesday into Wednesday before more rain comes around toward the end of the extended outlook. Speaking of which, beyond the 7-day forecast, temperatures tend to trend slightly above average at times, but we do have a few rounds of 70s by day and 50s by night if you are getting ready for a few more fall previews like what we had yesterday. Upper 70s to mid 80s east to river, mid 80s to low 90s to the west, with the former also having that threat for showers and thunderstorms, a few of which can be strong to severe headed into the first part of your night. Overnight lows in the 50s with a couple of low 60s out there for good measure in southeastern parts of KELOLAND with your 7-day forecast featuring rain on Monday night into Tuesday morning and then daily chances Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All the while we spike into the low 90s by Tuesday and then moderate in the upper 70s to mid 80s as we head into next weekend. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.